Proof Taekook is natural. Analyzing the moments that can't be scripted, without any announcement. Without any warning, this moment quietly shook the global scene. Welcome to Vkook. Enough is enough. I'm tired of staying silent, of seeing how people behave this way. It's not about hate or attacking anyone, but it's impossible to ignore the double standard that always comes up when it comes to Taehyung or Jungkook. It's unbelievable how suddenly everyone becomes a moral arbiter, criticizing even the smallest things, all with a hypocrisy I can't understand. Taehyung posts a picture of McDonald's fries and there it is, everyone making a huge fuss over something so insignificant. He's been doing this for years and they still make fun of him for it. Does eating something so common have to be a reason to put him in the eye of the storm? And don't even get me started on Jungkook. When he posted a picture with his Starbucks coffee, the hate he received was excessive. What's wrong with people? They can enjoy simple things too, like a coffee. But it seems like some people's only goal is to find the slightest excuse to criticize. And what happens when Jimin does the exact same thing? When he was eating in front of the camera, mentioning McDonald's, nobody said a word. Not a single indignant comment. Everyone stayed silent. There were no moralizing speeches, no hashtags, no hate campaigns. When Taehyung or Jungkook do something, everyone's ready to jump on them. But when it's Jimin, it seems like everything is forgotten. It's like they don't care what he does because he's their favorite. But if Taehyung had done the same thing, everyone would be criticizing him non-stop. Making up stories and twisting everything. And yet, they still tell us Taekookers that we're being naive for thinking there's something more, that there's a connection. What bothers me the most is that when it comes to Taehyung or Jungkook, it seems like everything is wrong. If they breathe the wrong way, that's it, everyone attacks them. But how many times have you seen something similar when Jimin does something? Suddenly they become saints, they're allowed to do anything, and there's no criticism whatsoever. It's the same behavior, the same attitude, but it depends on who's doing it. And that honestly makes me think it's not about being a fan of one or the other, it's about being consistent. It's not about blindly defending whoever you like, but about being fair. And when fanatics pretend not to see what's happening just because it's someone from their group, that's where the hypocrisy comes in. Everyone stays silent when something doesn't fit their version of events, but they have no problem attacking those they don't like, even if they're doing the exact same thing. In the end, all this shows that selective outrage reveals much more than we realize. While people continue to attack others for such trivial things, it exposes everything they're trying to hide. Social media is filled with hate for no reason, all because they don't like who someone is or what they're doing. When you can only see one side of the story, it's easy to throw stones, but the truth is, what's really happening is that double standards are being exposed. It's not about letting idols live their lives, as many say, because that's just empty rhetoric to justify their actions. It's easier to attack those who aren't in your group, and forget about what's wrong when it's your favorite doing it. Now let's talk a little about Jungkook's live stream, when we saw him playing video games. He started with a slightly puffy but super cute face, like he'd slept a little longer than usual. In his soft voice, he asked if we could hear him okay. Then, without wasting any time, he started reading the names of the Kancho cookies, laughing at each failed attempt. He immediately paused, looked at the screen, and as if he hadn't been surprised, said quietly that he couldn't find his name again. Then he started playing a horror game, knowing it was going to be chaotic. From the beginning, he was quite scared, but he still threw himself into it, determined not to be defeated. Every time a monster appeared, his reaction was always the same. Or please wait. Or ma'am, please don't move. As if he were in the middle of a negotiation with ghosts. As they chased him, he kept begging them, "Please don't kill me." Almost pleading, but also as if it were all part of the game. At one point, he even said to one of the monsters, "Ma'am, I think I left the battery in there. Could you go get it for me?" As if he were having a normal conversation with a being from beyond. After dying countless times, when he finally reached the end of the game, his face was glowing with pride. "I'm a genius," he said, almost incredulous. While solving the puzzles, he joked, "That'll be 5001. in a relaxed and playful tone. He laughed at himself and with a tired expression remarked, "How scary! But catnip makes cats happy, right? Is that why it's called catnip?" As if he were scientifically analyzing the game's villain. All of this happened while he made us feel part of something intimate, like an inside joke just between us. Later, he mentioned that he'd been recording a lot lately and just wanted to relax. He asked how Jin's concert went and whether we had eaten well, making us feel close, like he was a longtime friend. He then played a documentary about aliens with English subtitles for international fans, quickly got bored, switched to funny sketches, and later played PUBG, openly admitting he wasn't very good at it. He laughed at his own mistakes, turning every failure into part of his charm. Moments like these are what make Jungkook so special. Every laugh, every mistake, every small interaction feels genuine. Nothing is forced. He's simply being himself. What many Taekookers have noticed for years is undeniable. There's a special connection between Jungkook and Taehyung, something that goes beyond what meets the eye. The way they look at each other, the way they naturally seek each other out, the small touches that happen without thinking, it all flows naturally. No one instructed them. It's not staged. It's just who they are. Jungkook behaves differently with Taehyung than with anyone else, and Taehyung does the same. And yet, when it comes to them, everything becomes a problem. Every glance, every touch is judged. But when Jimin does the same thing, it's suddenly accepted, even praised. The same action carries different weight depending on who does it. This isn't about choosing sides. It's about consistency and fairness. If something bothers you when one does it, it should bother you when the other does it too. Because in the end, all of them are doing the same things, only the reactions change. What truly matters is being fair, being consistent, and recognizing that what exists between Jungkook and Taehyung is genuine. It's not for show. It's not for anyone else. They are simply being themselves. And that's what matters most.